All right, so you're gonna need your sari, grab your sari, and have a few pins, safety pins handy. And let's begin. You wanna take one end and you wanna tuck it in to your underskirt. And you wanna tuck it in. You can start back here. You can also start as much as you want up here. I usually just tuck it in here. And you wanna make sure that it lightly grazes the floor. This is going to be the inner layer, so it doesn't have to be perfect. When you tuck this in, you don't wanna just like scrunch it and tuck it in. You wanna make sure it's flat so that you don't get any bulges here. And this is where tying this drawstring becomes really important, because if you don't do that, it's gonna fall out and then you're not gonna feel comfortable and you're gonna feel like your sari is gonna come undone. So tight drawstring and then tuck it in nice and flat. And then turn and tuck as you go, repeating up until you get to your right hand side. And you might be thinking, is this skirt really gonna keep this entire sari together? And the answer is yes. If you're wearing the right undergarment, you are going to tuck it in, you're going to drape the sari, and you're gonna feel just as comfortable as you would in any piece of clothing. Okay, so once I've tucked it in, once you get to around about your belly button, you wanna let the sari go and get to the other end. So you're holding the other end in front of you, and you're gonna take this, bring it around to the back, and guide the sari. So you wanna put the pallu over your shoulder. You wanna make sure it hits the back of your knee, around about, and it's gonna look like this in the front. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna gather all of the fabric and place it over your left shoulder. You wanna take the edge that's closest to you and pull it tight, bring it around your body, so like that, and bring it in front. And so that's gonna be the length of your pallu, and you're going to bring this in front. And make sure you're not stepping on the sari. So remember at the beginning, you tucked in the sari here right around your belly button? Well, you would have now formed a loop. So this is the remaining sari, and this is how much you have to pleat. So before I start pleating, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this edge tight, and I'm gonna hold it here on my right thigh and add a pin. So this pin, you wanna make sure you grab all of the fabric. So this layer, the bottom layer, as well as your skirt, and just pin it in. So once you pin this, you have this loop, and we're gonna start pleating. Now pleating is very easy. You're gonna take your hand, hold it with the 3 fingers and the thumb, bring the sari up to here, grasp, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna guide the fabric between the pinky and the thumb. Pinky and the thumb. We have a video just on this part, so if you want to check that out, you can. Once you've pleated all the fabric, if there's any fabric left here, don't worry about it. If you can't take another pleat, that's not a problem. We'll take care of that later. What you're gonna do is you're gonna let go, and you're gonna have your pleats. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna stagger the pleats ever so slightly. This is where you get into pro level draping. So this is a very tiny little step that you can do to really up your drape game and look like the pros. Okay, so once I've staggered it ever so slightly, you wanna take your safety pin and pin it. So at this point you can take it and pin it either together or all together to your skirt, and that's what I'm gonna do here. So you're taking it all the way to your skirt and then pinning it. And that way when you go to tuck it in, it's not gonna move. You can step on it, nothing's gonna come undone. And then if you have a little bit of fabric here like this, what you wanna do is just untuck this part right here, smooth it back, but then fold it forward. And this will allow this pleat not to open up. And then just tuck it in so it looks nice and neat. So now what you're gonna do, so the bottom of your drape is done. You're gonna pull this nice and tight, and then you're going to pull this over your chest, You want to add a safety pin here, or you can even add it down here. It's totally up to you. And that's pretty much it. If you don't want to hold these pleats, what you can do is just let your sari fall, bring it up like that, and add a pin right here. You can either add it to the skirt or you can add it to the top. What I do when I absolutely need both of my hands is I will take up the pallu and just do that. And that's pretty much it. You're ready for the event, for the wedding.